Then we're going to do neck, shoulders, arms, spine, hips, knees, ankles. Start with the head and neck. We do some rotations for the neck to finish. Don't go into any pain. If it hurts when you put your neck backwards, then you need to get someone to have a look at it and just take it easy. Okay, that's the neck done. Okay, next is the scapula and shoulders. I'm going to do this kneeling, but you would normally do it standing just so that you can see me in this room. Okay, so each time you move, you should be pressing and moving and using your muscles as if the air that you're moving through is twice as thick or more than it normally is. Okay? That way you get more activation of the muscles and the joints. It's kind of like an isometric movement. Any circles you make, you want to reach as far as possible. Remember, you're doing this standing. Shoulders and arms starting to get warmed up, and we do our elbow circles. Again, trying to get as wide a circle as you can. Shake it out. It just stimulates a bit more. I just do some wrist flexing that comes from Aikido, just to loosen those joints out a little bit more. You don't have to do these. Okay. Okay, we're just going to warm up the upper back, thoracic area. Just doing some upper back light rolling. Again, if you have any pain in your spine when you're doing this, please be careful and make sure you get the okay to do this stuff. Okay, remember, again, you're doing this standing, I'm doing it kneeling, because the roof in my gym isn't that big, so it's a problem with overhead work. Okay, from that position we just do some side bending. Again, every time I'm pulling up, I'm activating the opposite side and this side so that it tenses the muscles and gets them working. We roll forward, just gently. And we bend backwards. We add some rotation. Remember, we're just warming up. Doesn't have to be anything too intense. Especially if you're a little bit older and these joints are, they've been working for a lot of years and you need to get them what we call oiled. You oil the joints, plenty of movement, and start short and work your way up. You can keep your arms out if you want. You can put your arms behind your head, doesn't matter. You can bend round and back, so bend to the side and back. This opens up the spine very well. There, we're done with the back. We start to loosen our hips with some general hip rolls. Both circles, both ways, a few times, okay, 5 to 10 times each way. Okay, then we're going to come onto our legs. We start with the scales work. So, you lift your front leg, lift it to side, to back, front, side, back. Alternatively, you could just raise one side a few times and then do the opposite side. So you could do your front first. I'm squeezing the muscles when I do this. You could work your sides next. Then you could work extension or back. You find when you do this first time, you might need to hold on to something, okay? You use a stick so that you can keep your balance and just squeeze these muscles, and as you get better, you'll be able to let go and improve how well you do there. You can do these with a flick and a kick as well. So lift, flick, come back, down, out, flick, back, down, back, flick, back, down, and repeat on the other side. And we want some rotations for the hip. Okay, again, you can use something for balance. Just lift your leg, take it out, rotate it back. Okay, it is hard to keep your balance, so I suggest you do hold on to something unless you're a gymnast and you're very used to this stuff. Okay, again, work it the opposite way. You can do it more flowing to start off with. Okay. And as you get better, you can do it without a stick. Okay? We can do some leg swinging as well. They're quite good. Just getting blood flow and movement. We can go side to side. Again, repeat it on the other side. We can also do some hip rotation. I like to work the hips in the triplanar position. So keep your back very neutral for this. Okay, we don't want this. Okay, we want to keep that still. Bow through this area here. Bow it forward, forward. Keep the tension on it. Okay, do around 10 to 20 times this way. Okay, then we want to take it over this way. And I'm really bowing out the hip there, or trying to. Okay, then from there we want to rotate. And we'll repeat on the opposite side. So forwards, remember to bow at the hip, squeeze the glute muscle, it will help. And you should feel a nice little stretch there. Don't overly push it. People have different hip sockets. Some people find this easier than others. Okay, again. See how my hip is moving this way when I do this. When we come back up, it's our hips nicely warmed up, and we come to the knees. Because we work the hips and the ankles so much, the knees get warmed up, but I like to do some good rotations in the knees, both ways. If they're really grinding, you need to keep oiling these joints by doing movements that get them freed up and stop them being grindy and clicky and snappy. Okay. We can also do the off-center lunge. Instead of taking the knee straight over the foot, okay, we're going to take it this way, like this. Okay. Be careful not to push too far at first. Keep the weight in your foot, in your heel. Okay. It's a great way of building strength in the knee. Again, just be careful, and you can just do one knee rolls. Again, I'm arching, I'm twisting my ankle. Those of you who may know, this is the main way the foot gets sprained. It's called an inversion sprain. If you learn to work it in this position a little bit, it will save you when you trip over a manhole cover or on a football field. Okay, 3 of them up, 3 up your squat a bit more. Sit up your back nice and straight and just work this out. You know, you can stay a few sets of around 30 seconds. Will really help your squat, but it'll help your back, your ankles, your knees. Again, if anything hurts, toes, and just working these areas out to grind the joint. Your knee wants to go at least 4 inches past your toes for good mechanics, for good movement. If it doesn't, then you're going to find it very difficult to do things like squats and lunges, even running. Okay, that's the warm-up. Hope you enjoy it, and